Yeah, baby. Hey, I want you to be mine again, baby. Hey, I know my lifestyle is driving you crazy.
Raise
Hey,
it.
I cannot see myself without you. We call them
Ooh,
fans, oh girl, you know what we do. I go out of my way to please you. I go out of my way to see you. And I want you to be mine again, baby. Hey,
ooh.
shout out my boy Fetty.
Yo,
My guy's locked up.
I got goosebumps, dude. I got goosebumps. That was so good. That was so fucking good.
It's crazy because I had no idea he was from Jersey. So when I first found out he was from Jersey, I think this was like while I was just about graduating high school, entering into college, and like Fetty was blowing up. I was like, "Yo, Jersey, let's go!"
See. Oh no, man. But what's going on with you? What's new in your world?
Same old baby. Another week of dialing stuff in, man. I know we were chatting a little bit over the weekend on just always scheming on how to get more leads in, how to grow the business, and whatnot. So nothing too crazy on my end, man. But yeah, just training, building stuff up. I've been pretty lucky because Catherine's been out of town the last couple of weekends, so I've been okay to kind of just like put my head down and grind.
Dude, we've been locked in. I I started taking just like another ad course that I think a lot of the stuff that we've done has been like super higher level things. And I was like, man, I want to learn like every little nitty gritty possible way to look at things. And it's so dope to just keep learning and growing. Yeah, because the first time I learned ads and utilized some of it, it just like wasn't good. Then we, outsourced it. Now it's just like, all right, it's one of the things you can't let go of. Like if you're generating leads, like you have to. I think that's probably the last thing that you outsource. Like you should be the person that's like crushing and generating leads.
Yeah,
So legitimately getting a fucking MBA out here.
it's so funny because I was talking to someone else the other day, and it was just like, yeah, as a PT, you basically at some point you just turn into like a chief marketing officer. It's like you ain't even doing physical therapy no more. You're just understanding how to get eyeballs on your stuff and how to get these eyeballs in your door. But yeah, I think ads is something that as like you get more and more into, I'm speaking for myself, but it's just like at first I initially realized I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like this isn't that bad. I understand it. But then you get further and further into the weeds of it and you're really trying to scale it up and you're like, holy shit. Like there are so many levels to this stuff.
Dude, it's so hard. And like I know we talked about this before, like New York City specifically,
Hmm.
and being in an area where like so many people will catch your ads. Like when you got off the plane, you caught my ad. And I
Oh,
was just
instantaneously.
so I'm just like, man, I wish I lived in a non-touristy spot. But no, I got so many good ideas. And I think the biggest mistake that I made was like just saying like, oh, it doesn't work in New York, right? Instead of trying to figure out instead of thinking about what I've tried and what I can make better. And you've been obviously able to scale with a great ad strategy. I've been doing the opposite: lots of organic marketing, tons of DM setting, more like one-on-one relationships. SEO is popping off through the roof. So like all those other things have helped us get lead flow. And we have ebbs and flows with the ad stuff, but yeah, I'm turning into fucking CMO out here, baby. So we're going full CMO mode.
Let's go. Bust out the CMO sunglasses, CMO hats.
But
And
dude,
then it's time to hire another CMO so that you can step out of it. That's the beauty of it.
no, exactly. I love the guy that I'm learning from. Scaled some really really prominent companies, and one of
Mhm.
them I think was Uber Suggest, which is the guy that does SEO for Obama, which is like a little flex, but
Yeah.
super super high level, but explains it really really well. And I like hearing all the different nuances, right? Because I think a lot of the typical kind of ad strategy that's out there is for like higher ticket coaching,
Mhm.
B2B. And I think
Yep.
the B2C game is a little different. But when you go to B2C route, you get a lot of e-commerce kind of people. So it's like it's so different. There's not a lot of like ad specific stuff for local industries and services. But have you found the same thing?
Yeah, a lot of it is just like a lot of the different courses that I'll take. I'll kind of pull different nuggets from it and see how can I apply it to, specifically local brick and mortar. And a lot of it really is just, testing to kind of see, hey, like what will work. And I think something that's very popular online now is the IGDM funnel for like local, for not even local, for online B2C, right? Where somebody will put up an ad and then it's like, hey, DM me, this word if you're interested in it. And I think that was something that I initially thought about for testing out for locally. But the whole point, if you think about it for locally, is to be able to get somebody on an initial phone conversation and then get them in the door as soon as possible. So I think we're just potentially adding on an extra initial layer to that funnel when it's not necessarily needed. But a lot of the good things I did kind of take away from, of course, I was teaching about that was really just kind of like some of the kind of like the DM setting lead nurture sequences in terms of just drawing out some of their pain a little bit more before setting them for the call. And so we basically took that concept and applied it into our like set SDR scripts. So I think no matter what kind of course there is, I always make it an intention to be able to pull away one or two nuggets from it.
Yeah, and I think like we were probably in a group. I mean, we were in a group together before where it was like the only strategy was like a workshop or an injury screen, and
Yeah.
like that gets super capped by your time and also just like how many times is a gym gonna want to see you, like do the same thing. So it's always like you got to try different things, and you can't be afraid to kind of start over again, right?
Mhm.
Is our transition into today's podcast.
Pew, 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 pew.
Boom. I think part of the when you're an entrepreneur, most people are so afraid, right, of losing it all. But I think the one thing that you never lose is whatever you've developed from a mindset perspective, a skill
Mhm.
set perspective. And I'm not sure if you feel the same way, dude, but like recently I've been feeling way more sure of myself as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. Just like, man, I could, if I started a popcorn stand, the shit would be popping, no pun intended. But I've just been thinking about the skills, that we've been kind of collecting. Because to your point, it was like I think we paid like $18,000 to learn how to do DMs in a way that didn't feel like so salesy, right?
Mhm.
But that 18K that we've paid, that's probably generated us, since this past year, it's probably given us almost a 6 or 7x ROI already, and it's going to be even higher now that I've outsourced it to somebody else doing it. But man, Peter, if you're getting dropped off in the middle of nowhere, you just you get blindfolded, a buddy of you puts you on a plane, you land. What's a city you've never been to before, but you like? No, I could see myself maybe visiting, living there.
Dude, I want to say somewhere warm just because, dude, you can see me right now. I'm in a full on quarter zip. I'm cold, man, and I'm down here in Florida. But I would say like, let's pick. What's a city somewhere in Arizona? I've never been to Arizona before.
Let's go Phoenix.
Okay, so I was
Yeah,
say Phoenix or Scottsdale. Cool. We're getting dropped off over in Phoenix. And yeah, don't know anybody at all. Right? No contacts whatsoever. All I have is my current skill set of marketing skills and mindset. And I would say, I don't know. I think it would be a pretty cool challenge. Dude, we should like maybe make this like a reality live TV show, but we get dropped off. Hey, how
first one is
fast can it
10K.
take us
First
to
one is
hit
10K.
10K?
Yeah. What would you do? First thing you're thinking, like, what's your game plan?
Yeah, first thing I do is I probably go approach like some sort of make a list of all the local gyms in the place that I am at, and then I'm gonna go ahead and approach them and kind of just a make relationships with them, and then b also scout out a place that I could potentially set up shop at, right? And so I'll probably say we get dropped off right in the middle of Phoenix. I'm gonna make a 10-mile radius, and then I'm gonna make a Google Doc of all the gyms, and then I'm gonna separate them in terms of probably I would say I'll probably separate them in terms of like types first. So either, hey, is it like a personal training boutique type studio? Is it going to be like a CrossFit gym? And then maybe there's probably a way, especially with like ChatGPT and AI now, to be able to even filter it by, hey, total number of like 5-star Google reviews. And then I'm going to hit the ones that are like most highly ranked first.
Dude, that is one, right? The things that we're talking about, it's like, you get dropped off somewhere. What's the quickest way that you can start to make something happen? So everyone that gets onboarded, one of the first things we do, it's like open up Google. We're going to search everything within your local area, and we're going to make a list of people that you should be reaching out to, and we'll show you how to reach out to them. So I think that's like one of the lowest hanging fruits. Just reaching out to these businesses, showing up, and like trying to see if you can set up shop, trying to see if you can potentially even just set up a workshop, not like just set up your own kind of treatment thing. But I would
Dude,
say
let's put a time frame. Let's try and yeah, let's put time frames to this. So like, how long do you think it would take us to do that, to make a list? I would say like maybe a day, if that.
less than a day.
Less than a day. Perfect. Cool. That same day, if not the next day, we're going out, going to all these places. And then once we interact with these people, we're going to go ahead and figure out, all right, hey, do they actually have space available to rent from? And then B, also, hey, like, would they be interested in either coming themselves, right? The coaches or the gym owners, whatever, coming in for like a $25 eval or something like that. So that's going to be the second thing. And then the third thing I'm going to look out for is, hey, like, can we do some sort of either injury screen and or some sort of like educational workshop for them this same week, if not the following week?
I love it. I love it. I would take the same route. So, obviously going to these gyms, getting in front of people and talking to them. Next thing I would start doing is I would open up most likely Instagram or LinkedIn. So anything that I find, let's say it is an Orange Theory, let's say it is like some sort of boutique gym. I would just be like, I would introduce myself like, hey, how's it going? My name is Andy. I just moved to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm new to the area, just looking to make some connections. Are you down to grab a lunch or, could I pop by? And I think these very chill kind of like outreaches are super, super simple. And then from there, when you get in front of people, you have to pitch yourself.
Mm.
So when someone goes like, what do you do? Don't say something like, oh, I'm just a physical therapist. I would say something along the lines of like, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of runners get out of chronic pain and get back to, running marathons, ultra marathons, and these insane races. And they get to finish these races completely pain free. So if you know anyone that is a runner that's just dealing with these kind of injuries, I would love to connect with them.
Love it.
If I talk to someone now that owns a powerlifting gym, right, I would switch it to, oh, I've helped thousands of powerlifters. So whatever your pitch is, you can't just go pitch and be like, oh, I can help people get out of pain. It's like, oh, you work at a powerlifting gym. That's funny because that's literally my whole population, right? I work with a bunch of powerlifters that are dealing with chronic debilitating stuff, and I get them back to hitting PRs. Started a couple of years ago, but ever since, I've helped thousands of people do that. So the pitch has to be like something substantial, right? And even if you wanted to put like a time frame in it, like the pitch can be like, yeah, in the past month, I take on about 20 to 30 clients per month. And in the past month, we just helped 20 marathon runners get back to, running pain free, etc. So like you can even do something that creates a little bit of scarcity. Like, do you know anyone there?
Yeah, I love that. And I would even be like, hey, I would love to get you in so that you can see a little bit about, how it is that we actually work with our clients, so you can get a taste and see if it's something that potentially might be beneficial. And then as I'm talking to them, I want to pull up my phone, snap a quick, silly, goofy selfie with them, and then post it on Instagram story and tag them and their gym in there. I think at the very beginning when I first moved to Jacksonville, that was like one of the things I did to just kind of like get myself exposed. Like literally every single gym I went to, I would find them on Instagram, take a quick like picture with deuces, obviously, and then go ahead and just like get it posted, and then they would repost it to their account, and then all of a sudden we get new followers, and then even something even scrappier that I also did as well too. I would go on all the, because again, when I first got into the area, I had no like followers from Jacksonville at all. So what I would do is I would go to all these like local gyms that I would connect with, whatever their most like 5 recent posts were, all of the people that were engaging on that post and or like commenting on it, ranking it, those are all most likely their local followers. So what I would do is I would go ahead and follow those people and just engage in a conversation with them. Hey, like I see that you also go to, Orange Theory XYZ. How long you been a member there for?
Dude, Scrappy. I love it. And if you do that to 5 people, it might not fucking work. But I guarantee you, you send 100 DMs, you're going to get some leads and you're going to get some people rocking with you.
Yeah, dude,
And
and we do. Like, we just moved to Phoenix. We ain't got nothing to do besides, I don't know, what's like do you know what food they commonly eat in Phoenix?
mm,
If anyone of y'all listening out here that are from Phoenix, give us some good Phoenix Rex because I mean, we never been, but I'll be down to go.
Manga and Sonoran hot dog.
Sonoran hot. All right, we ain't doing nothing all day but ripping Sonoran hot dogs and sending DMs and networking people. All right, so dude, I mean, you've sent out a bunch of DMs before in the past. On average, how many DMs can somebody send in a day?
100.
100. Yeah.
So I'm 100. Like and if you're not fulfilling on anything, you can have 100 solid conversations in a day.
Yeah.
Like
Good luck.
without, yo, dude, this hot dog looks insane. It's like a Southwest hot dog. You should look it up.
What is it called?
Sonoran hot dog.
Sonoran hot dog.
Sonoran hot dog.
Ooh, dude,
Dude,
the bun looks insane.
that's an elite glizzy. Holy cow.
A bacon wrapped hot dog with pinto beans, salsa, Mexican crema, and avocado pico de gallo.
Yo, that looks awesome.
Yo, next UGC live in Phoenix, Arizona for some Sonoran hot dogs.
That is sick. So far, what do we got? We got show up to the spots. We've got
Network, send DMs.
send DMs. Send DMs to people that are interacting with the gyms that you're already checking out.
Yep.
I would just go to some sort of local event, right? And you can easily try to figure out like, hey, where are the people actually doing things? Are people going for a run? Is there some sort of like local like bike workout group? Is there an entrepreneur group? Whatever it is, right? Something local. We're in this day and age where every single city has a run club. So I'm going to pull up to a run club and I'm just going to introduce myself to as many people as possible. Now, here's the thing. People get so nervous to introduce themselves to so many people. It's okay because the people that are super friendly and are down to kick it, you'll know immediately. The people that are kind of standoffish, dog, you don't got to prove yourself to anybody. If they're standoffish to everyone. They're just standoffish people. So the more people I can introduce myself to, the more I can start to connect with people that are, like-minded, are super chill and more open. And guess what? Those people tend to connect with other people. So I'll go to the run club and I'll try to kick it with one person as I'm running. Maybe I'm pacing them. And I'll try to kick it with one person after the run. And I'll just have a simple ask. It's like, hey, dude, really appreciate your company for the run club. I'm new to this area and I'm a health and fitness professional. Is there anyone that you think that I should connect with? Right. And then that person is going to give you another person to connect with. And then again, you just repeat that. You meet that other person. It's like, hey, really appreciate the conversation, your time. Is there anyone that you think I should connect with? And this is how you start to build a Rolodex of just like people that you know, right? And the cool thing about having a Rolodex is, let's say I meet someone at the run club, right? That he might just be someone that works in finance, but he's like, hey, I have a friend of mine that's a massage therapist. I connect with the massage therapist. And then there was someone else that I connected with earlier that was looking for a massage therapist, and I connect those two people. So all you're doing is you're providing a shit ton of value immediately and making these connections. You're not asking anyone for anything. You're just becoming the person that connects people. Then the quicker you can do that within your local community, the easier it is to have your name spread everywhere.
Dude, end of week 1, how many new contacts we got on our phone now?
I think easily you can have 200 if you wanted to. And I'm not saying like phone numbers. I'm talking like DMs and stuff like that. But like actual phone numbers, you can easily get 10 to 15, I would say.
Yeah, I was actually leaning a little bit closer, like 20 to 30. But yeah, I mean, dude, especially if we're going out there hitting all these people up and then they're connecting us with group chats to even more people, right? So, all right, sweet. End of week 1, we've got 20, 30 new contacts on our phone. We're sending 100 DMs every single day. We've already gone out to all these different gyms, set up, or look to set up some sort of events. And then what do you think? You think it's realistic we get some sort of space locked in by end of week 1?
Dude, we just have one of our satellite locations closed. I found another space within 2 days. We could definitely do it.
Let's quick aside. How did you get that set up within 2 days? How were you able to pivot so quickly?
So when we found out last week that the space is closing this week, one of our satellite locations in Queens is closing down, and it's completely making a pivot from like a one-on-one training, group fitness, and like regular gym to MMA gym. Now, there's a lot of gyms that you could typically work in. I'm hesitant to work in an MMA gym just because I think the fight or flight reaction for people that are coming in can be very high, right?
Mm,
Like it can be very intimidating. It's already intimidating to be in a gym, but then when people are like throwing jabs and choking each other out,
yeah,
yeah, you're gonna be on very
I
high.
can see that. Yep.
So immediately, first thing I did was I Googled everything within the area that I thought was pretty nice.
Love it.
Found one spot that didn't have a PT yet, so I went on Instagram and I checked out that spot. And I was like, "Oh wow, we have one mutual connection." It was Daniel McKenna. So I messaged Daniel. I'm like, "Yo, what do you think of this spot? Are they good people?" He goes, "Oh my gosh, they're class." I explained my situation to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is a lovely fit. Let me connect you guys on text." Boom, connected on text. Talked to the guy for 45 minutes, met his business partner the following day, and now we're pretty much trying to figure out when we can start this week. So that's
Bang
kind of
bang.
how you utilize it.
Love it. Yeah, I think a lot of times people just don't understand like gym owners and or fitness series, they move pretty quickly too. You know, it's not like, hey, like you got to go through this whole like legality process. Like you get in front of them and you consistently follow up with them and like, hey, like they're always looking to see how they can provide value for their members. And one of the easiest ways for them to do that is have some sort of like in-house PT. And so I think a lot of times people kind of really just like overthink it. They spend like a month, 2 months really trying to find quote quote the perfect space. And like you really don't need a perfect, you literally just, you need a, I think ideally you have some sort of enclosed off room. But if not, you can also treat just out in the open. And it's like, hey, I'll pay you $1,000. Let me treat in here for, out in your open space. I'll be in this corner and provide some value for your members. I don't think there'll be one single gym owner that's like, no, I don't want you to provide that for my members.
Yeah, and I position it as like, hey, this is kind of this one. A little bit of banter, but I'm like, hey, this is kind of the situation I'm in. But I don't really want to ask you to obviously let me in. Yet I want to make sure that it's the right fit for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, kind of tell me a little bit like what you're looking for, if this is like makes sense for you. And then we went the route of like, hey, everything that you're saying is exactly what I agree with, and like I think these are things that we can do to elevate your community as while being a part of the space, right? Run workshops for your community, collaborate on things, like speak to some of the pain points that they know that they have. But it's the same thing. It's a discovery call at the end of the day. The principle's all the same because everyone is always thinking, what's in it for me? And that's a good way to think, or it's a good thing to understand when you're on the opposite side of the conversation because you can just talk about what's in it for them, right? And
Yeah.
then they get really happy, and then you're like, wow, this person's thoughtful.
For sure. I think when it comes down to it, this is probably mentioned on one of our previous podcasts, but rule of 200s, right? That's what we're kind of looking for. Hey, they have around 200 members in their fitness studios, and that average membership price is around $200 and or more. And then, yeah, if you're anywhere outside of New York City, rent wise, price wise, we're probably looking at anywhere between 1,000 or lower, or even 1,500, even 2,000. And then if you are in New York City, it's going to be price per session that you're in there. But we're in Phoenix, so let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we're looking at around maybe $1,000 a month to kind of sublease the space. We got all wrapped up. We eat some Sonoran hot dogs with the new gym owner. We cheers on that, and it's a done deal.
I would now, I would go with the route, be like, if the person says it's 1,000 a month, I would say, hey, I totally want to pay that, but I'm just kind of getting my foot off the ground right now. How about we stagger this, right? So the first 2 months, could you possibly do like 333, and then the following 2 months, 666, and then afterwards we'll do 1,000. But obviously you're giving me a discount, so let me do something for you. I'll treat your trainers, right, complimentary during this 4 month span, and as long as you allow us to kind of create some collaborative content and utilize it for marketing, and then I'll do injury screens and workshops for your members.
Bang
Boom.
bang.
So keep the overhead a little bit lower and then still provide value to the other person, and then reassure them that you're going to be here for the long run.
Love it, love it. Sweet man. So we got our space set up. We got a couple different events set up. Now it's time to set up. Get some evals in the door, man. I think as we're chatting with all these people throughout the week, I'm gonna kind of go the route with like, hey, either getting people in for free and or getting them in for like something that's like a no-brainer. Hey, like $25 or even $50, new to the area, come in, super low discounted, decrease as much friction as possible, get them in the door. So I'm going to set my eval either free or super low barrier offer, and then I'm going to create one offer That's probably anywhere between 3K to 3,500.
I love it. I like one if you can get the rent to be flat rate, 333, 666, or 1,000. Like do what you got to do to try to keep it as low as possible. So you got a little bit of a runway. Peter's offer makes sense, right? Because you've got a lot of time and you got a fixed cost for rent now. So you just got to get people through the door.
Let's get some bodies in, baby.
The only way to get bodies through the door is to make it like such an easy yes, right? So if it's free or if it's a yes, like that's amazing. But now you got to make this kind of go a little viral, right? So one thing I would do is I would probably talk to a massage therapist, or I would talk to like a local coffee shop, or maybe you could do a massage therapist, a local coffee shop, and you can even create your own service. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna give a full plan of care for physical therapy. It's gonna be like $3,500. I'm also gonna do a raffle where you get a free massage, and then the third tier is gonna be like a discount, a gift card to this like coffee shop. I would reach out to every single contact I've had before. It's like, hey, I'm doing a really dope raffle to kind of get this going. Do you know anyone that would be interested in this? Have them like this post or something along those lines, because there's a shit ton of free value there. And now you got a bunch of people engaging potentially with this post. And guess what? You're going to talk to every single one of those people. So you want some sort of like giveaway potentially in the beginning. It's like, hey, we're doing a grand opening, right? Would love for you to pull up, like everyone that you've connected with recently. Would love for you to pull up. We're going to be doing these kind of things, connecting with these kind of people. But that's a simple way to put yourself in front of more people.
Love it. Yeah. So some sort of like big kind of like scholarship gift basket thing that we're raffling off. And yeah, we can kind of pull all these vendors in to kind of, donate some of their services and or, some of their products. And yeah, maybe we'll have one winner, but guess what? Like how many people do you think are going to be entering the raffle? We'll just say maybe like 50 or 100, right? So now all of a sudden we have 49 other people or 99 other people that we can reach out to be like, hey, so sorry you didn't win, but guess what? We can still have this other offer for you as well too. It's not going to be completely free, but we can still, or maybe no. So we're raffling off an entire free plan of care, right? Hey, like even though you're not getting a free plan of care, we're going to get you in for a free evaluation. They come in for the free evaluation, hit them with a good old time, get some intercession change, hit them with the sales deck, and then bang bang, 3,500.
Here we go. You ready for this? The grand opening. You went to the run club. You connected with the run guy, and you said, "Yo, would you want to do? I'm doing a grand opening party for this the launch of my physical therapy practice, and it's in this sick gym. But we have a bunch of really dope vendors that are coming. There's going to be a massage therapist. There's going to be a coffee shop. There's going to be a yoga. Like, there's going to be a bunch of people that you want to connect with. Would you be down to host a run club together that day and then have everyone come by for recovery afterwards?" So now you got everything kind of coming together, right? So you pay the massage therapist, you build good graces with them because you've got a gift certificate you're raffling off. You pay for the coffee gift card, and then the coffee people come in and they serve shit, and you're just getting a fucking party going. Now, granted, does everyone say yes? They probably don't, right? That's why you reach out to 5 massage therapists, 5 coffee shops, 5 different run clubs, and one of them is bound to be like, "Oh, I can't miss out on this. It seems like he's really putting some shit together."
Love it, dude. All right? So we got dropped off a week ago in Phoenix. When is this grand opening party date happening? 2 weeks from then, or
I would say it's going to take like 3 to 4 weeks from then, from that initial.
3 to 4 weeks?
Yeah, like that first like 2 to 3 weeks is just going ham on networking. Like, I'm trying to connect with anyone and everyone.
When do you think we can get our first eval in?
First week.
I was like first week, second week. Yeah, first eval comes in. I would say main thing that I was not doing back then is taking deposit for all those evals. So whether it's a free evaluation, hey, we need a card on file to hold your spot. And even if it's not free, if it's $25 or $50, I'm getting a card on file to get a 50% deposit, making sure these peeps are showing up, man. Well, dude, end of 2 weeks, how many evals do you think we can get in the door?
I was going to say at least 10.
At least 10. Perfect. Cool. What do you think our close rate is?
30 to 40, probably.
30 to 40%. Let's go meet right in the middle at 35%. All right. So let's see. 10 evals in first 2 weeks times 0.35, 3.5 at a Are we going? What are we going with our offer? 3K or 3,500
I should make it 3K for a sweet spot.
times three? All right, and in 2 weeks we're at 10.5.
You guys are probably listening like there's no way that you make these things happen so quick, right? I'm just gonna tell you this. When Peter and I first got started, there's probably no way that we make it happen that quick.
Yeah,
But I think with knowing what we know now, you could probably make it happen a lot quicker than you think. It doesn't need to require that much time. So I would repeat that almost a month for the rest of the year, right? And just figure out what else we can do. So instead of maybe a grand opening party, I might start collaborating with other run clubs, right? I might do an event where it's like, hey, we're going to be doing yoga in this space, and then we're going to be following it up with like prehab and strength workshop, whatever it is that you can get yourself in front of more people with. So the idea is still the same, right? It's like you have organic relationships, right? You're connecting with other people through word of mouth. You are putting yourself in front of people, ideally doing some sort of workshop, some event. And then all of these things are just funneling into some sort of conversation, whether that's text or DM. And you have this dope offer to get people through the door. And as long as you're really good at what you do, you don't have to close everyone, right? Because you're not going to close everyone, especially if you're new to this, because branding and stuff still plays a huge role, but you can still close a decent amount of people with that.
I would say the biggest skill set that I feel like I've developed over these last couple of years is really just the confidence to sell a higher ticket item, and then yeah, just having the sales ability to close and whatnot. So, I think one of the biggest things that I see people is their pricing and offers initially just like set way too low, man. And you can when your offers and pricing are set up like way too low. So say like at the very beginning, I was only charging $150 per session for evaluation. I think shit, maybe even fucking follow ups or even like 140 or 135. No packages at all whatsoever. And so it's like we can have the same amount of like inputs from a marketing standpoint, but if you don't have your offer set up appropriately, dude, like at $150 a pop, let me see how many fucking visits would it take to reach 10, we'll just say 10K divided by 150, dude, I would need 66. All right. And it's like the percentage of like hitting that in the first month, let alone the first 2 weeks, just becomes very, very small. And that's where I think, practices that grow very, very fast versus ones that, take a much longer, they play the hard route. It's really just not enough conviction or confidence in their skill set to be able to deliver people results. And because of that, they don't have the confidence to be able to set their pricing up appropriately. That sets their practice up for success.
I would now, those are things I think have a pretty good direct ROI immediately, right? Because like you're talking to people immediately. Other scrappy stuff that you can do is you can start to print ads, right? And like physically tape them onto things throughout the city, right? So it could literally just be a picture of Peter running, right? And it doesn't even have to be that pretty, right? It's like run specialized physical therapists help thousands of marathon runners run pain free. Do you want a run pain free screen that includes all these things? $29. Scan this QR code to book your evaluation. If you post that all around the city, someone's not going to do anything initially, but then when they see it for the 10th time, they're like, oh yeah. Or if they heard
Pause.
another thing, or they saw you at the run club, it's just more and more exposure.
Yeah.
And it might not work if you put up 10, but if you put up 150 throughout the city in the downtown area, like I promise you're gonna have someone scan it and
Yeah.
be
I
true.
remember like this first 2 weeks, we ain't doing nothing but eating Sonora and hot dogs. We got all the time in the world, baby. We ain't fulfilling on nothing yet. We're just marketing and selling.
Just market, market, market. But any other random scrappy things that you can do, I feel like that one actually could do a pretty good ROI, right? It's like advertising it. It's like truest form. You're fucking going around a neighborhood.
Yeah, and just pacing stuff up. No, I think that's great. I think once we get that first sale, man, on that 3,500, I'm probably taking some of that, investing it right into some sort of meta ads, to be able to get in more evals for the last 2 weeks of the month. I think that was something.
Into ads. I love it.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that was one of the things that, dude, I wish I got it into ads like way earlier than kind of what I don't think I touched ads until like year three, man. But like once, especially like, hey, if we're getting dropped off with the amount of knowledge that we have now, man, um, you know, getting that ramped up and set up in the beginning is just a very, very easy way to kind of, grow as fast as possible in the first 30 days, right? Because again, we just say, hey, getting dropped off somewhere, make as much money as possible in the first 30 days. Get out there, go.
Yo, and Andy, Andy's just savage, bro. People always feel like it's not the right time. We told Andy it's probably not the right time, and he still joined anyways. And if you want to hear his story, DM me webinar because I've got the 0 to 10K webinar, and we told Andy not to join because he's got a lot of other things going on, but he's like, fuck it, I believe in this so much. And he's being fucking scrappy and he's getting this shit together, literally doing evaluations in a hallway. And then he closed a couple of people in like an unfinished room that looks like a kill room. But the most scrappy thing I really like that what he's doing right now is every single patient that he's onboarding, he makes a post and it says, welcome to the motive method. And he collaborates with those people. So
Love it.
one of the posts that he just did a collaboration with, it's got 87 likes. That's 87 people that you could potentially talk to now. And he was voted best chef in his local area. Like,
oh, let's go.
dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, these things are like, I feel so strongly about just fucking grinding and just fucking figuring it out. Cause like, I think about like my parents that come here, they don't even know any English and they fucking figured out a way to make a living, right? So it's like, if you get planted somewhere else, it's like, fuck your ego, screw everything else, just be scrappy. And guess what? Like the more that you surround yourself, the quicker that you move, the quicker you find out whether or not someone is down to help. And the people that are down to help will, as long as you deliver value to them, they're going to put you in front of a lot of other people as well.
Yeah, I think going back to what you're saying, it's like, hey, the faster you move as well too, the faster you take action, the faster you can kind of see whether or not what you're currently testing out is working. Like shit, I'm gonna take a lot of the tactics that I'm currently utilizing here over in Jacksonville that's crushing, and I'm gonna try and test it out over here in Phoenix. But damn it, do I know it's gonna work for sure? No, but I won't know until I actually take action on it and actually test it out.
No, for sure. Any other scrappy things? I put business cards in the local bookstore next to our clinic in Soho before.
How'd it go? I've never done anything like that.
No, I didn't do it enough because I didn't want them to kick me out of the bookstore. But like a couple of like mobility and pain books, I put my business card.
Let's go. We've tried we've done one kind of like workshop in a in like a brewery. We tested that out once. It was actually went okay, man. I think we had like 2-3 evals from it, but it was just like not our entire like demographic at all. But it was just we tested it out, got some people from it. I don't know if it's something that will repeat, but that was something that it wasn't something normal that we've done before.
Yeah. If you are launching ads, what are you doing with ads? What's the game plan with that?
I'm going meta, and then some sort of low barrier offer for whether it's runners and or whatever demographic that I enjoy seeing. Calling it out, hey, local Phoenix runners, are you tired of dealing with XYZ? If so, and what I'm probably going to do is like when I went to that run club, and for in that first week, I'm getting a bunch of content with the person who is in charge of that run club, and or maybe just doing some of those selfie UGC style videos, running with the other people in there, man. Because I'm sure what's going to happen is like if there's somebody who is like of influence over there, they're going to have a pretty large following, and we basically kind of like ride the coattails of these like people that are kind of almost like reputable in your area. We've done that a ton here in Jacksonville, man. We'll put their image and of them, in our ad copy, and then people just opt because like they recognize that guy and they're like, oh yeah, this guy's fast. Like whatever he's on, like, dude, let me click it, let me check it out, man.
Yeah, one of the things you could do, run with the run club, right? So the UGC that Peter is referencing is user generated content. Just flip the camera out when he's running with that run club. He's gonna film everyone in that run club and put on an ad. And I think what Peter's referencing is like if you live in New York City and you cross by like a very prominent like establishment, I might walk by Cat's Deli, pastrami sandwiches, and it's like, and I might have a hook that has something related to like sandwiches, right? Like I can't think of something. Maybe does your knee pain overwhelm you as much as this pastrami sandwich? And it goes straight into like because the sandwich is piled high, right? So if Peter runs 6 different ad creatives in 6 different areas of Phoenix, he has a chance of potentially stopping you in your tracks because it's something so relevant. If you think
Yeah.
about all the ads that you're seeing right now, if you did an ad and you're like, holy shit, I literally am 5 blocks away from this place, you'll actually watch it, which is the
Mhm.
key. So that's kind of what Peter is referencing with the ads. Damn,
Yeah, I
that
wonder what's like a popular Phoenix I don't know, like statue or something like that. Phoenix Monument. All right. Apparently, first thing I got the winged victory statue atop the Arizona State Capitol building. So probably something, dude. This thing looks pretty dope. It looks like it's just like a giant, like golden phoenix. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe doing some sort of like ad creative out there and just like
yeah, dude, I got it.
holding it up, talking to the camera, and it's got that in the background. And yeah, it's just things that people like, things that they can recognize and they're familiar with. And if you can kind of get their attention with that, it's like, oh, cool. Like, what's this guy's album? I recognize that. That's like literally 5 blocks away from me. Let me see what this is all about.
Dude, you're gonna run with a Sonoran hot dog, and like, you know what's messier than running with this hot dog? Really shitty physical therapy. Like, you know, it's like,
Dude, that's a funny part. It's like when people see the ad, they'll resonate with it, man. And especially if you kind of make it funny like that, like, dude, bonus kudos points.
yeah. Oh man, I think scrappiness that kind of checks off most of those boxes. I think the other thing I would do, it's like anyone that ends up converting, it's like, hey, do you know anyone that would benefit from this? And if you
Yep.
do, obviously would love to give you a complimentary session and also give them a complimentary session because that's going to be the warmest leads, right? And you want to give people like a reason. I'd say, hey, I know you could commit it. I would love to throw on like a month of programming at the end of your plan of care, because again, that becomes like, oh, a month of programming. Then you could talk about getting someone onto continued care, performance programming, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, like your first 5 to 10 clients, you wanna treat them like fucking royalty. Just, like, make them as OG, as, like, loyal as possible. Treat them, go above and beyond for them, because those first 5 to 10 will make or break, everything. Especially, yeah, they're local. Get all their friends to refer to you, but dude, end of first month, what are we bringing in? If we hit 10K, 10.5 the first 2 weeks, what do you think? Another 10.5 the last 2? Call it conservative.
Quick conservative.
22K the first month. I feel like that's actually really, really realistic, man. I mean, shit, we had one of our guys over in California, right? Like, he was completely part time, and his first month full time in, did what he had, like 27.
27. Yeah.
Yeah,
Within the first month. But
yeah,
he was, he's obviously was born and raised there. So that's a different story. When you're dropped somewhere completely different, I would say I would go to conservative route, 15, best 30K.
yeah. We're
Somewhere in that.
dialed in sales, baby. Sheesh.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we went pretty quick on this, and it's different when you've been in a game for a little bit, right? Because like you know to act quicker. In earlier stages, like there's a lot of things that you have to overcome. Your mindset. Oh, what if this person doesn't like me? Oh, this might be too expensive, etc. So like when you're thinking about business and like the way you want to approach things, focus on developing the intangibles, the things that you can bring with you anywhere, and you will absolutely crush it.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah. I mean, dude, you get dropped off anywhere, you can't lose. Like, if you lose everything today, like what happened? All good, dude. We just rebuild back up the same way we did.
Yeah.
And that
And
kind of, dude, I feel like that's like a dangerous feeling, bro.
it's a dangerous feeling.
That's
Yeah.
a dangerous sensation, bro. Knowing that, like, hey, you can make this shit back if you had to do it all over again.
No, for sure. And we still have so much to learn, you know what I mean? Like, and it's all a number, like, if you take someone that's been doing this and they're like billionaires, they probably get dropped off. They could create a mill within the first month.
Yeah.
Like I hear people like Daniel Priestley move from Australia and make a million in revenue within a year, within a month of being in London. Like
Hmm.
that's insane. And the guy's spending money on like newspaper ads, doing direct mail. Like,
Yeah.
it's just levels to this. And your goal is just to level up a little bit every single month. So if you're struggling, if you're like, hey, I have no path to entrepreneurship, we fucking got you. And if you've been a part of other groups and you feel like you're already limited, like you've learned everything and you're just there because you're paying for friends, I get it, man. People in groups are definitely dope to be friends with because I think most physical therapists are pretty chill to hang out with. But if you're not growing from a mindset perspective, from a tactical perspective, and slowly seeing that reflect in your revenue, you got to move on. You got to move on. Peter and I have done it so many times. Like, I usually don't stay in a group for longer than 2 to 3 years because, like, you usually squeeze everything you can out of it, and you got to figure out what the next level is.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to hang around friends, but it's even more fun when you and all your friends are making a boatload of money.
Yeah, I think that's it for today. So,
Bang bang.
bang bang. That's what we do. We start from zero. Anything else, Peter?
That's it, dude. I'm kind of excited talking about this, man. I think like maybe one day I kind of want to test it out myself, just to kind of see. I feel like that would be a fun series. Hey, get dropped off somewhere. How fast can you scale to 10K? Brand new area, don't know anybody. But yeah, man.
Let's get it, guys. If you love this kind of stuff and you love the karaoke, please, 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 we're at 39 5 stars. We're so close to 40. I just want you to pause this and give us a nice 5-star rating. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Peace.